Because then you're sitting here and it's 2 a.m. and they're sleeping soundly with their new girlfriend and you're going, why doesn't he want me? What does he want? Hey baddies, today I want to talk about how there's peace in not knowing. This is something that I've had to teach myself and drill over and over this past couple years, specifically like this past 6 months. I think it's really important. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by just laying down the simplest and like most common scenario. This can obviously be applied to other areas of life, but I think this is the one that is the most widespread, especially in like girls and just people my age in general, getting broken up with. So what is our natural reaction after we get broken up with? Let me stalk them. Oh, they have a new person. Oh, what's the person look like? Oh, I need to go to their Instagram too. I need to stalk their profile. What are their friends saying about me? What are they saying about me? Etc, etc. The only thing that this does to you is keep it in your head, and it fucking just torments you, and it's probably just the worst thing you can do. Now, I'm not saying it's easy by any means, because I get it. You want to be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't understand why you did that. I want to understand. Like, we just all have the urge to know and understand. But one, they don't necessarily owe you that. And also, that's just not gonna help you at all in the end, because then you're sitting here and it's 2 a.m. and they're sleeping soundly with their new girlfriend and you're going, why doesn't he want me? What does he want? Like, it's just never beneficial. And I really do get the urge, because there are times where when I was going through my breakup, I would be like, okay, let me unblock him, and then I was like, no, can't do that, because that just keeps you thinking about people. And why are you putting so much effort into understanding someone who never put in effort to understand you? Another thing is it's just like, that's still you putting in effort into a dead relationship. Like, whether this person knows that you're doing this or not, you're still putting in effort. And you should never give someone more effort than they give you. That is something that I've also had to learn this year, is that I don't need to sit here and worship people when they're not even looking my way. When they don't care if I'm dead or alive. Like, truly. And it's so much easier to tap into you and your self-worth and your confidence when there's no one fogging your mental space at all times. Like, when I tell you my hair grew longer, my skin got clearer, not right now, we don't have to talk about it. I felt happier. Like, I genuinely felt so happy when I just let go of all those things, and I was just like, hey, this is the reality, this is what happened, and it's a blessing, because I don't have to deal with, oh my god, am I upsetting this person? Why isn't this person talking to me? Why haven't they answered my texts yet? Why do I always answer them whenever they need something, but they never answer me? Sorry if you can hear my sisters in the background. I've actually yelled at them multiple times and they won't shut up. But you just sleep sounder at night when you don't have this voice in the back of your head being like, what do they think of me? What do they think of me? What do they think of me? Because at the end of the day, if someone has an incorrect perception of you, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them. And if you didn't have the strength to end that relationship and they ended it with you, you should take that as a blessing from the universe, or whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, because that forces you to grow. And like, one reason why I'm always like, YOLO, like, yeah, text that guy if you like him, text that girl if you like her, like, whatever, is because every experience is valuable, whether negative or positive. And I think that's something that is really hard to grasp. Like, don't get me wrong, but that just a lot of people don't realize. Like, let me just give you an example. You really like this person, you really love them, you guys have been together forever, and then they just randomly switch up and then they break up with you, like, out of nowhere. Obviously, that seems so negative and like awful at the time, and you're like, oh my god, like, I'm never gonna love anybody again, whatever. That person is not the person that you're gonna love most in your entire life. It's just the person that you've loved most so far. Now you're going to have a better self-worth because you're not going to let people just switch up on you, and you're not just going to take it. You're going to realize that you're worth more than that. There's always a positive to take away from a negative. And that's not to say go out here and date a bunch of manipulative men for fun and be like, it's okay, I'm getting, experience. Don't do that. But like, there are things to take away from that. You can always take the bad from that someone does to you and use it to help yourself, because you're going to glow 10 times brighter without someone who is constantly chastising you. And that's just the truth. And just to add on to that, whenever someone who just did you so wrong texts you like 6 months later and is like, I miss you, it's not because they actually miss you, it's because they miss how easy you were to come back to and how much you put up with their shit. So don't be the person that lets that person back in. Be the person that says, no, fuck you. I'm better now, and I don't want to accept that kind of love. It's not love. And I don't want to accept that kind of abuse from you. Like, I've truly never really understood going back to people, but it's been more apparent to me now that that's just something that I'm probably never going to do. It's going to have to be very specific circumstances to go back to a person, because there's always better. If you're sitting here and you're like, this guy doesn't text me, doesn't call me, doesn't make effort to hang out, blah, 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 literally get a new one. And that's not to say go out here and date a billion people. If you want to, go ahead. But like, that's just to say there's always someone who will treat you better. So don't settle for less. If someone is not meeting your needs, whether they're doing this maliciously or not, you have the right to leave them and eventually find someone new. Moral of the story, there's peace in not knowing. You'll be happier if you don't know all these tiny details about them. You'll find someone, you're lovable, your growth does not go unnoticed, and I hope you have a wonderful evening or day whenever you're watching this. Bye.